All right, so we did a video last year and we talked about installation of the Farmwave cameras on the header and the rear of the combine. And I'm gonna go over some more tips and tricks today. I'm here at Auburn University. This is a John Deere 9560, and it's got a very short head because it's used here at the university for a lot of different testing. So it's a short head. I'm gonna go ahead and just spin this around. So again, pardon the crudity of this setup. We just have this set up as a demo. This is not a permanent install. We would never recommend things being just loose and thrown around like this. But so we get asked a lot about this. So if the camera is supposed to be pointing straight down, then it's looking at this. Understood. It's okay to pull this lever right here on the camera. Give it a little bit of a tilt back, right? Not too far, but a little bit of a tilt away, so that it's not looking at this and look back, you know, back down here at the ground. That's okay to do. It's totally fine. You get a 3 square foot or 1 square meter viewing area from each camera, and if there's a little bit of a tilt looking back here, that's fine, not a problem at all. I did the same thing on the other side. Now on the other side we don't have that bar, so let's just make sure that we film this as well. But over here, so that bar isn't in the way, so here we are looking a little bit more straight down. And you know, different make model headers, right? This is why we do magnets. So move this if you want, it can go there. We find that being out here is a little bit better. If you were like, hey, I want to look at losses more in the middle, move it in here, right? It's entirely up to you. Now, would adjust your cables if you do that. We've got them nice and tight out here, but however you like to do it, it's up to you. Some people have asked about stacking cameras across the header. You can. We see that more commonly in peanuts, where there's like a row, 4 rows across a peanut header, and because you're digging those rows, you're pulling them in. And on peanut harvesters, we will often see 4 cameras across the header. 60 foot, you know, head for like beans or something, it's up to you. You can if you want to see more granular activity through Farmwave, but you don't have to. It is possible. The system will handle up to 8 cameras total. Technically it'll handle up to 10, but we recommend 8 right now, until we get into, you know, potential neural processing units and things that can run that many AI sessions. But 8 seems to be enough. If you have a combine that has a dual discharge in the rear, out the sides, then you can get 2 cameras, and the new power assembly disconnect already comes with 2 cables to the rear, so it's ready to go to have a 4 camera system. More cameras does equal more data. I understand that does make it a bit more of an expensive system to run more cameras. The new power assembly disconnect does come with 4 cables for the header. They can be used for adding cameras to the header, such as peanut harvesting, adding for future use. If you have a huge header and you want to add more cameras now, you can, or those cameras can potentially be rerouted for other things in the future that we're looking at doing. Some of them for the header include forward-facing obstruction, like we have for cotton, where we look at balloons, plastic bags, trash, things that don't get pulled into the cotton. But even, I think somebody told me once over in Europe, I think it was, I forget what country it was in, you know, some activists were throwing razor wire in the field to get pulled into the combine. I don't know why people want to do that stuff, but, you know, our forward-facing cameras will soon be looking for object detection, rocks, things like that. So the new power assembly disconnect comes with those cables that if you want to add that feature in the future, it's buying another camera, plug, you're ready to go. And it'll detect that. On this combine, we've got our rear camera down here on the axle. I did this for the demo. On this, we might pull it out to the side a little bit. If you're doing corn, obviously you've got to keep it up so that the stalks don't pull the camera off, albeit, you know, that's a 105-pound pole magnet. It doesn't come off very easily. but you've got some strong corn out there that you know, we have seen it happen. One thing I would say is if you have a drop chain back here and you are gonna drive down the road or drive somewhere faster, like going from one field to another, maybe move the camera so that you know, pull this out and face it upward, or move the camera magnet, stick it up here to the side or something like that. We have had some people with the drop chain, mostly when they're going down the road from one field to another, it hits rocks and bounces up and smacks that lens. It takes quite a bit to break those. They're Gorilla Glass, but it has happened. So just something to be aware of. Yeah, I don't have an example on this one. I'm going to be in Texas next week, and I think I'm going to be running on an Fendt Ideal machine, and we'll have some videos there that we'll show on side placement. We've done some in the past. We've got some examples on our website, or you can ask your customer service person for, but there's a lot of different ways on the rear of the machine to do things. So that's a little bit more on camera placement. If you have any more questions, reach out to support@farmwave.io. Call us at 706-250-0066, or reach out to your sales rep. Thanks a lot.